Hey guys, and welcome to Zetusbou. So this video I'm going to try and do something new of recording it and to just do a voiceover later. So here's the later made from this video. So this Easter egg was okay for the most point. Like, it's a decent one on a tier list that I would put that probably about like maybe a B or something like that. Definitely not C because it's not like mid-tier. Like, I do it over most Easter eggs. The only thing I have a gripe about this is getting all the plants watered and having to maintain that. So we're just going to buy the door to the right to get to our podium, in which we have to get all these black skulls cleared, and then obviously these challenges, in which I got extremely lucky on these challenges to make it a lot easier for myself, with it being obviously one of my first times doing it. And so each of those skulls back at that totem have little symbols that you have to take them to their specific pedestals with the matching, obviously, symbols with it.
It's gobble gobble
and
gum
so
time.
obviously match them, put them in, and I actually got lucky on that one because I don't even think I checked it. And so it's just pretty much like a what do you call it? Making sure that it's all like protect the thing, protect the skull, make sure that it doesn't take too much damage, because I think if you fail it, you just fail it and then you just have to redo it. So then you gotta always put the skull back, which in my brain isn't too fun to do. So I always like to start the game with a Perkaholic because obviously it's just gonna make your first several rounds a lot easier. I probably would have loved to have shopping for on this. I don't know why I didn't have it on this run. So right now I'm just looking for the first shield part because it can spawn on one of the trees, not this one, even though I don't know why I checked it. But it can spawn at that tree at this corner right here with the little spore on it. But yeah, I said screw it, and I don't think I pick it up here. Yeah, I say screw it, and so I'm just going to open this door to look for the gas mask part, which is right there. And then I was meaning to go towards the blue water, realized that it wasn't, and then I hit myself. So then here's the part where I actually find the shield part, which is right here.
What the hell does this go with?
This run was very questionable. There are some things I could obviously do a lot better than most things. So I finally found the blue water, and so I'm thinking that there was a gas mask part here, but there wasn't, because one only spawns at blue water. The crash site to the left, here's the second shield part, by the way, and then the other one is after you get towards the bunker. So right now I'm just going to turn on the power, which is, or temporary power, which you have to put a full bucket of water into each of the laboratories A and B. It doesn't matter what order you do, but you do have to do it in, I believe, under 3 minutes. Which honestly isn't too difficult when you have, obviously, pretty much the entire map open. So it just takes a little bit of running. So, again, I do apologize. So for this cutscene, I'll probably reiterate it again later on, that it will be choppy. I'm in the process of looking for a decent capture card that isn't expensive as hell, just so hopefully that fixes with the choppiness, because obviously I want to give the best for you guys, but that card probably won't come in till a couple weeks. So we might just have to deal with choppy scenes all the way till Rev, sadly, which Rev is going to be in 2 weeks. Because this is going to go up on the 27th. Go Rod is the next one, next Friday. And then Rev is the week after that. So, again, if you turn on both powers, you're just going to come to the bunker right here. And open the door. And so, these are going to be spore-filled zombies. I just throw a grenade to hopefully kill them before they transfer into Thrashers, which obviously didn't work out. And the easiest way to kill Thrashers is just shoot all the spores, which I should have bought a gun here, but I just decided to use my pistol, and as you see, I almost run out of ammo there. So now I'm just going to just traverse through the rounds, and this is where I just get a shit ton of points, just so I can get everything that I can and need for the rest of the game. So like pack a punch, the rest of the doors on the inside of the bunker, This part is where I get the third shield spot. The third part can spawn in this little area next to the artillery gun. And right now I'm just abusing the fire cell while I can. In which, for this spin, I actually find the brecci of all guns, which I'm keeping it. So I eventually buy the can just to get my mule kick, so my brecci isn't my mule kick weapon. So to turn on permanent power, you just gotta go a little bit further into the bunker and obviously cut open that fan, and then you just pretty much have to do a little lockdown here. And so I just skipped this a little bit further. This is actually one of the first parts to get the pack-a-punch, which I didn't realize at the time. Sorry about that. Yeah, you get your first pack-a-punch part here. And this is for the second skull and the second gas mask part, in which I didn't pick it up there for some reason. So right now I'm just trying to look around for the buildable desk right here. I personally didn't know where everything was, so I'm just pretty much going out on a limb to see what everything is. And here I am just getting the skull for the last part that we did, and here's just me watering plants and opening up more of the map. This area is where the third part of the gas mask is. It's going to be the little wire that like goes around your head. It's to the left of the mystery box right there, if you didn't see. But I'm also checking these other spawns because I personally didn't see and I wasn't focused. And so I'm just struggling trying to find where it is because I didn't remember that it can spawn to the left of the mystery box. And then I just go and check the symbol right there. And so I just take my skull and place it there. And there's the second part, even though I thought I picked it up. And then again, it's just a little lockdown, except I think this one brings thrashers, which kind of sucks. Here's the can that I was talking about earlier. And so I don't want to pick that up because I can finish all of them, and I'm just double checking all my challenges right now. And so replacing the skull, and again, always have to put down the skull again to obviously pick up another one, which I personally find stupid, but if that's how the game works, that's how the game works. Put it down, and then activate the plane trap, or it says propeller, but this is really the plane trap. I was just confused and I didn't really fully know, and I didn't want to risk it. So again, it's either your second or third one brings off thrashers. This was a stupid down. You'll see all my downs later on in the video because I take a beating in the boss fight. It was my worst performance in a boss fight ever. And again, if you go down, it's perfectly fine just as long as the skull doesn't die. It's fine. And then here are the propellers or the plane trap, whichever one you want to call it. And I believe you're able to actually crouch or slide underneath the trap. I didn't know this at the time because I know you can sit under it, but I didn't know if you could like crouch under it. So right now I'm just trying to finish out the round and get as many kills with the plane trap as possible, just so I can get those challenges done. Because in order to get the lightning strike to happen, you need to have all the players in the game complete their challenges just to get the lightning to start spawning. So there's the third skull, and then if I just pick up this last skull, I can just go to the last spot. And here I am just watering more plants and getting that one trial. If you have to water the same plant 3 times, you can actually wait till you get the Masamune or your upgraded KT4. There was the last part for the gas mask, which kind of comes in handy in this game. It just makes you not have that coughing animation. And so I think I just go up here to see if I can build it up here, which I believe I've already built the shield, so I need to go into the other laboratory to build it, which sucks. I probably should have used that zip line, because I think there's a buildables desk there, but again, I'm not entirely sure. So I honestly don't know what I'm doing right now. I think I'm just going through, because I probably should have cut this out, but oh well. So we're just going to go to the other bunker right now to just obviously build it. And again, it just makes you not have that animation of coughing from spores or thrashers or whatever the puff of smoke that you can walk through. And there's actually no way to see what progression you're at. This is the 4th and final skull. And I know this part gets a little bit choppy. Again, that's something with OBS. And hopefully I can get a capture card. And again, I'm skipping through it just because it's pretty much the same thing. It's about like a 60-second timer. Or a 60-second lockdown. So yeah, it gets choppy right there with the Widow's Wine, which sucks for you guys, and again, I'm sorry. Here is technically the second part for Pack-a-Punch. Again, the first part is whenever you unlock whenever you unlock the power and you like cut through and then get out of that lockdown, it'll just spawn and shoot it out of the fan. And so the second one, you just have this knife open all these cocoons. Each one's going to spawn a zombie, but those zombies aren't going to give you any points, I believe. So that sucks. And whenever I first tried to do this Easter egg, the second part actually came out of this exact cocoon. So there's the second part. And so if we place down all 4 of the skulls right there, it is going to actually open up this log, and it's going to spawn a lockdown for the Skull of Zetusbou, one of the better specialist weapons of the game. Right now, in my opinion, it's the 100% Gorod Krovi special weapon. Gauntlet of Siegfried, again, more description in the next video about that. But this, you just have to kill, I believe, 20 keepers. Again, fairly simple if you even have an SMG, because keepers are pretty weak. Doesn't take too much. And so here we are. There's the skull, break its jaw, and now it's ours. And as you see, I got that achievement. And so right here, we're just gonna open up this door. And again, I'm just trying to explore, because at the same time I'm looking at videos, but also like trying to figure this out on my own. So yeah, this map still has a tiny little bit of bugs with the clipping and stuff, which sucks, especially coming down here. There's a clip actually coming back up. I don't know if I keep it in this. So right now I'm just going to grab this plant for the KT4, and right now I thought I could mesmerize that, but you actually have to do something before that, or you actually have to mesmerize a part of a blueprint of the map to come back, or for that to be able to be mesmerized and disappeared, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it works. So again, if you're underwater, you can actually melee the spores, and that just gives you, it just refreshes your breath pretty much. And so we're just going to come back up here. The actual third pack-a-punch part is actually in this area, in which obviously I didn't know that because it's one of my first times playing it, and I'm like, oh hey, let me just finish this challenge because I didn't have too many zombies left. So we're just going to complete that challenge as well. Here's a Thrasher. I'm just going to quickly kill him because it'll just make my life a little bit easier, less stressful. And so here I am tapping out of the game, just trying to like figure out where everything is. And so I'm like, oh hey, the pack-a-punch part's here. So every time you see me like stutter and like stop for a second, that's pretty much me looking for, like, that's just me getting into a video and looking for it, and there it is. It normally has like a red glow to it, so you can obviously pretty much tell where it is. This is the, excuse me, this is the first part that I forgot to pick up. So now we have the ability to unlock Pack-a-Punch, which is just unflooding where Pack-a-Punch is, which is the center part. So we're just going to put that in. I've already put in the other part, so sadly you don't get to see that. And so we're just going to Pack-a-Punch the Brecci, just because it's kind of broken and overpowered. Because it's either the Brecci, Haymaker, Dingo, always your go-to weapons. If you have one of those, you're pretty much it. So we're just going to lower this cage real quick, because for the KT4 you need to lower the cage, and it's going to have some spider bait in it. And you're just going to lure a spider in, and I believe one spider always spawns in purposely for this step. So here I am just trying to guide it into here, and which is being very finicky. And actually I believe it almost makes me die because of it, because I have 2 zombies and I actually get trapped on the cage with the 2 zombies on me. So here I am just trying to get him in, and actually, yep, here I am going red screen. Thank God for a shield. So spider gets trapped in, the door will automatically close on him once he comes in, so you're just going to have to come up and actually raise the cage up, and then this thing is automatically going to eject, I believe it's the venom in it. So the spider dies, and then you're just going to pick that part up. And so this last part is just going to be a vial for... it's just going to be the vial for the KT4. Here I am just trying to finish up the last bit of the plane challenge. Because it was water 3 plants, kill 20 zombies underwater, and then a little bit more kills in the plane trap. And so I'm just going to sit here while it completes. It shouldn't be too many more, and it should be done about now. Yep, there it is. So now lightning is going to strike in our lightning is going to strike down at the pedestals where we got all of our skulls and our challenges. And so here I am. That zombie that I just killed had a glowing glowing
Guess I should
aura
hold
on
on to
it,
this.
and I was also kind of affected. So that's how you can tell if it is the right zombie, is if it's that yellowish glow to it. So we're just gonna make the KT4 right here, and then that station to the right to the monkey, which the monkey is just the song Easter
Time to
egg.
eat hot leaves, maggot
To the right is just the Masamune part, or the Masamune upgrade part. So here I am just waiting for the lightning to shock the shield, just so I can do two different things with it. One is to lower the cage to get the upgrade part for the KT4, which is the current part that I'm doing now. Second part is going to be getting a cog on the zip line, so I'm going to worry about that cog later because I get them all roughly at the same time. And so I'm casually going the wrong way at the begin with, but you have to go, I believe it's either of the facilities, but I think preferably it's Laboratory B, which is this one. How I remember it is A and B, you just read them in sequential order. And so you just shock this and it'll open up, and then it just sucks you in, locks you in, and then it lowers you. And it leaves you underground for roughly 10 to 15 seconds. And it'll take you to this room, and there's going to be a skeleton with that blue vial at its heart. Now, this is the blueprint that I was talking about mesmerizing before you open up that rock plant next, right next to the underwater part where you get your first KT4 part. That's what you have to mesmerize before you actually open up that rock platform. And so right now, I have no idea what I am doing right now. This makes no sense. I don't know what. Okay, so yep, there's the plane for the artillery gun. And so right now, I could have been watering my plants to get the AA bullet, which should have been faster. But then again, I'm also doing this on the fly, looking up videos, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. So right now, we're just going to go into the spider boss fight, which is one of the cooler boss fights in my eyes. So if you're afraid of spiders, do not look right now, because it's a giant spider that you're fighting. And so this boss fight, very cool. If you have the Brekkie, Haymaker, Dingo, preferably if you have the Death Machine, you are set for this match, especially if you're doing it solo or 4-player, doesn't matter. You just have multiple people having death machines to shoot at this thing. Perfect. You just have to shoot it whenever it's got the mouth, and it should plunge every time you do enough damage like that. So again, I believe it's one more hit, and then it should be dead. And so, and I know sometimes it'll spawn like spiders in it if you do it, or if you don't kill it fast enough. And so there's the spider dead, and so right now we just have to pick up the tooth again for the Masamune upgrade, and there's the tooth right there.
This could come in handy.
And then if you keep going down this tunnel, there's actually a puddle of widow's wine that you need to get, or that is for free. So we're just going to take this tunnel right back where we build the Masamune to pick up our rainbow water. If you look slowly to the right, there's actually a bucket or a rock of 115, and that's where we actually get the rainbow water. So right here, we're just going to mesmerize as I was talking before, and this rock should just magically disappear. Then you're actually going to need to seed it and just water it with specifically rainbow water. And then here I'm just trying to survive, get up, and I think the clipping comes up here. Yep, right there. It's just random clipping issues, which, I mean, they're not going to fix this map, but still. Oh, well, it's still a genuinely decent map. So right now I'm just going to stay because I did this at the end of a round. I'm just going to stay here just so I can obviously let it finish. And actually, I believe the next round afterwards is a spider round. So I can just quickly get it done in like 2 minutes. And so the nuke just to finish off this round, and then should take it to next round. And me trying to find an air pocket, which it's obviously not working. And then right there on the roof is actually a cipher. I believe it's already been solved. I have no idea what it means. I'm not one to be like big into ciphers. So yep, spider round, water that. I've actually never seen anyone like water anything on ground like you would like the normal plants. I've never seen anyone, or what those things could be. I think it's just a random ability that could happen. And here it is again being very choppy. Again, I apologize. I will hopefully get a capture card sometime soon. to fix all that choppiness, because I actually do have a friend that also wants to do all these Easter eggs, and last night we actually did Garage Crovey. So I've already did a little bit of experience because I was going through like just playing the map and getting a decent chunk of the Easter egg done, and just not do the boss fight because I wanted to save that for you guys. But he wanted to do it, so I just did it with him just because. If you guys want him to be in it, by all means tell me. If you just want another person to play in, again, shoot that down in the comments. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Everything is appreciated from you guys. So right now we're just going to pick up that plant. It's actually not going to show in your HUD because I remember in recording and editing that I actually looked to see if the vial actually became part of the HUD whenever you press tab or select if you're playing on console. That it just doesn't show up because it's like those quote-unquote secret items, or what I call it. So right now I'm just trying to survive and then upgrade this KT4, which is right here. And again, it's to this right station. Just throw it in there, and I think you actually have to hold out the KT4 with it, which in my opinion isn't too well put up, but I mean, oh well. Again, this map is still fairly good. For right now, it would probably, for me, it would go DE and Shadows as my A tiers, Zetusbou as my B tier, and then probably Go Right as also an A tier. So right now I'm just going to grab the shield, or not the shield, the gear part that you have to use anywhere but here, and I just looked up that you can just go into the spider boss fight and use it, and it should get you there. So there's the shield, in which I had to electrify to get to the zipline, but right now I'm just going to shock that. And so I'm just going to go down here, shock it, and then go, and then to get off of it, if you're playing solo, you're just going to melee, and it should just drop you. I prefer to go down to up because it's going to be a lot easier on you. And then here I am getting the AA bullet, which is just 3 blue waters and either the KT4 or Masamune part. And so right here, I'm just going to load the AA bullet, which you should hear a sound right here after I kill the spiders. Right there, which is just pretty much a little click, and this took me so long to do because this thing is so finicky, and right now I'm just trying to spam F at it to just see it. And so after you shoot it, you should see this black smoke that I'm following currently, and that's just going to point you into the direction of where it's going to, where that gear is going to be. So this is going to be gear 3, and which to the left right here, I just lucky right there. And I have near-death experience to go into the boss fight because that's just what I prefer on that part that we mesmerized. And just put all the gears, and then here we are going to the boss fight. Now, this boss fight sucks. I hated this boss fight with all my might, and it is garbage for me. This was my worst performance by far. Obviously, you guys are going to see. But this boss fight, I could have played it a lot differently. There's so many things I could have done different, because I even went in with monkey bombs because I had 3 sets of all blue water Masamune plants going in. And so just so if one doesn't spawn an AA bullet, I can have another one, and it just gives me more chances. And I had like 5 plants going. One of them gave me the monkey, one gave me the bullet, obviously, and then another one gave me an imprint plant, which pretty much just acts like a quick revive after you bleed out and stuff like that. And so I just use that just in case if I die in here for some reason, even with near death, or if I couldn't spend for near death, I could had that as backup. So yeah, this boss fight has had many problems with most people, especially when it first came out, because these thrashers can one-shot you even if you have jump, which is the most bullshit thing that I've ever heard. And so here I'm literally draining my gas mask, which I believe it actually breaks during this boss fight, which honestly sucks for me. Like, I'm so glad to have this Easter egg out, and I'm just trying to run around circles, and the funny thing about this Easter egg is that you can actually do this Easter egg without actually getting any kills. If you've seen Codename Pizza's video, because I actually watched it earlier today, because I was like, hey, I still need to do this voiceover, and I just wanted a little fresh up on what the Easter egg is about, just so I can stay up to date with you guys on it. And so, yep, there's my gas mask broken, killing thrashers. And I actually think I start going down, and my downfall happens right here. And so I actually probably should have used my skull and non-stopway here, because I think that kills the thrashers the fastest. Yep, so there's the first down, and now I'm just going to use the MR6 or Death and Taxes to just kill all these thrashers just so that they're out of the way. And so, you know, just take a break. You thank God for near-death experience, because there's one death, and I think number 2 is coming up here, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, also, I think I've missed a few of the timings on Takio. Yep, and there's another down trying to use the skull. Yeah, I think I missed a few of the timings on Takio to actually shoot the spores on his arm. And so again, get back up. There's the third one. You have to actually shoot him 4 times in each of the arms. 1 to just start off. And so, yep, here's another monkey. And I think I go down again here. Yep. And again, the worst performance I've ever had. And so I think I get back up. And that pretty much should be it. So again, if you guys enjoyed, again, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be quiet for the rest of this video just so you guys can watch the cutscene, and I hope y'all enjoy.
Why the hell is the ground on this island so slippery? That maggot sack seems stronger than the others. Screw tactics. Sounds like I want like free.
Your eyes, I recognize them. Almost as though they were my own. Takio Musaki. I did not believe I would find you in such a place. I was a warrior. I fought many great battles for the glory of our nation, for the honor of the dying samurai spirit. I was a hero. I share this memory. I have lived many of the same victories. I later learned that my victories were unwelcome. His betrayal was driven by petty jealousy. He knew I could endure anything, that I feared not even my own death. Punishment is one thing. This is cruelty. Who could be so evil as to desire another soul to endure such suffering? Who amongst us could be so dishonorable? Are you so blinded by your own loyalty? The orders came from the Emperor himself. My life, my path, is built upon a lie. This realm may have been corrupted and consumed by evil, but we possess the power to change things. A better tomorrow is only possible if we blow away the ashes of the past. None of us choose the means by which mercy will find us. But I am at peace. I understand what must be done. will you be my kaishakunin? It is my honor.
Three down, one to go. Guess it's you next, Nikolai.
Nein. There is something else we must do. There is a chain of events that must be set in motion. Call it our...
Hey guys, it's Night Owl here. If you guys liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day.